If you feel like you're doing everything right in your business, you're posting content, you're taking sales calls, you're sending outreaches, and you're watching motivational business content on Instagram, and you're trying to get clients so bad, but nothing seems to work for you, this video is for you. Because the truth is that you don't need to add another strategy. You don't need another free guide to watch through, and you don't need a new niche, a new offer, or a new Canva template that you can send out to your clients. What you really need is traits that will make your business grow. And business growth is a skill, not a personality type. So in this video, I'm going to break down the 10 traits that you need to master if you want to run a successful business. If you want to stop feeling stuck, want to start signing clients, making great money in your business, and quit that imposter syndrome mentality, then you want to keep watching. The first reason why people stay stuck in their business is because they just work on their business whenever they feel like it. And that is obviously, as you probably know, not the way to go about it. Running a business doesn't mean that you can just ride a wave called motivation every single day in order for you to keep showing up and getting yourself results, which means showing up every single day for yourself consistently, even though you're not seeing results. It's the ability to know that results will come if you're just staying patient enough and you keep showing up every single day, even though you don't want to. Discipline is 90% of early growth in your business. This means that usually how it looks when you start a business is that the first 90 days you're not going to see any massive results. But after those 90 days, that is typically where the magic happens if you're disciplined enough. So a little quick tip from me to you is that if you have never built discipline before, here's a little tip on how you can do it. Discipline is simply built by doing the things you know you're supposed to do every single day over and over and over again, until it becomes a habit. Where people then go wrong is that what tears discipline down is lying to yourself. Now you might be thinking, how come I'm lying to myself? What does she mean? Lying to yourself means that you're promising yourself doing something and then you're not sticking to it. Let me give you an example. Because you probably told yourself at the beginning of 2025, I want to start my own business this year, I want to become self-employed, I want to make money, and I want to achieve the goals that I've had for myself for a long time. And now you may be sitting and watching this video and you haven't gotten to that yet. Or it could be that if you're running a business, you told yourself that you would need to post that piece of content or send 100 outreaches a day, and it's still on the to-do list, never gotten done. Those things are what tears discipline down immediately. So if you want to build discipline, keep the promises you make to yourself. Don't lie to yourself. You will never be able to stick to something long term. Trait number 2 is self-belief. If you don't believe yourself that you're capable of achieving great results, you will sabotage every single opportunity that will come your way that could make your business grow or change your life. The lack of belief in yourself will kill all momentum. It doesn't matter if it's in your personal life, in your relationships, in your business, or whatever it could be. If you don't believe in yourself, you will sabotage all good opportunities that come your way. If you want to build the momentum and the identity of somebody that constantly wins every single day, the people you might look at and say, oh, they're so lucky to have that life, I wish that it was me. Those people are in fact not lucky. They just have the identity that's necessary to be a person that wins every single morning that they wake up. Doesn't matter if it's in their personal life, they're winning whenever they're going to the gym, they're winning in their relationships, and in business as well. They have built the identity that's required in order for them to get good results. They know that they are a person inside out that are capable of being great in their personal life and in their business. They know that they can show up every single day. They know what it requires. They know the personality traits that they need to master in order for them to get great results. So remember, you need to work on building the identity of somebody that wins before you can win. Trait number 3, and one of my personal favorite ones, are communication. Because if you can't communicate clearly, your content won't convert and your sales won't go through. Clear communication is the biggest shortcut to landing clients. There is nothing more important when running a business than you know how to communicate. You will have to communicate with different people that does business differently in different niches and also different types of age gaps between you and the clients. So that also means that you need to know exactly what to say and also what not to say and when to say the things that will make the sale go through. I have seen so many cases with people having clients where they tend not to get the greatest results for them. But because they're great at communicating and they communicate when things aren't going as they should go, but also when things are going great, it will create such a strong bond between you and the client, even though the things aren't probably going as you want them to go. Communication can save a lot of things in business, and it's also just a great skill to have. And if you are an agency with good communication, you will win 10 times faster than all the other ones, and you will also keep your clients a bit longer. Which leads me to the next trait, which is sales confidence. Most agencies don't grow because the agency owner are terrified of selling. But sales are literally the most 3 simple things in the entire world. It's communication, it's clarity, and it's leadership. When you're scared of selling, it will keep you broke in every possible scenario. Sales is not just something that you use when you run a business. Sales is something that you use every single day in so many different aspects of your life. Becoming good at sales is a universal skill that you can use for everything. And this is the thing that I tell my students whenever they come to me and say that they're afraid of selling to a client on a sales call. So ask yourself this, because if you know that you have the solution to a client's problem sitting on the other side of the screen, you know you can solve all of the pain and all of the problems that they are seeing in their business right now. And you don't tell them that you can solve this problem. You just walk away whenever the client gets defensive or have objections. Are you mean if you agree with the client and just let them go whenever they get defensive and maybe come with some objections because they think it's a bit uncomfortable to take this decision? Or are you mean by pushing them a bit to take the right decision that you and the client knows is the best one for them because you know that you can solve these problems that they're facing? You don't need to see it as selling, you need to see it as serving, because you're not selling to your clients, you're serving them by helping them overcome the problems and the obstacles that they are facing. That's why all of us marketing agencies exist. And if you have any questions about sales, remember that you can always text me on Instagram and ask me any questions if you have any. Trait number 5 is emotional resilience. If you collapse every single time that something just goes the slightest bit wrong in your business, you'll end up starting over 50 times and never seeing results. You can have all the strategies in the world, but if you let the stress kill you every single time when you meet something that's stressful or you find stressful situations that makes you uncomfortable and you don't have the emotional resilience, you will be so much behind compared to all the other agencies out there that have this skill. It's so important to remember when you're in business that you don't take decisions based off how you feel emotional, but you take decisions based off of the numbers that you see. Because if you do this, you will be way more resilient to when you meet problems in your business or you face hard times. Because, spoiler alert, those times will come when you run a business. You can't hide from them, you can't run from them, and you can't skip them either. So it's important to know and be prepared that they will come, but also be aware that you know how to handle them whenever these hard times come, because you can't avoid them when you run a business and when you're self-employed, because there is only one person to fix the problems, and that's yourself. Trait number 6 is resourcefulness. I can't say this enough, because so many people tend to feel like they need to know everything, where successful people, they just figure out things as they go. They don't need to be prepared for every possible scenario to happen. They will just figure it out and fix it as they go. Don't spend your time and energy on overthinking and over prepping and stressing over things that you don't even know if it's gonna happen. What if I send that message and the lead gets angry? Or what if my client doesn't like this website design? Or what if this, what if that? You will never find out unless you ask or unless you try. As I I said about the trade before, you cannot avoid failure, you cannot avoid resistance, and you cannot avoid hard times in your business. They will come. That's a part of the game, and that's a part of the journey. So don't try to avoid it, because you can't. Unless know how to handle it. Know that it will come, and then just take it with a smile, hold your head high, and you will be able to get through it 10 times easier. And not knowing enough is just a mental block that you tell yourself. And I promise you, you already know a lot. So not knowing enough is a mental block that shouldn't be holding you back. Because you learn as you go. That's the same in school. You are in 2nd grade, you don't know what you're gonna learn in 9th grade. You can't know it all yet. You are going to learn as you go. That's the part of life, and that's the part of enjoying the journey and not stressing over the end goal. Resourcefulness will speed up your growth in every possible scenario that you can imagine. Because if you can just use all the time and energy that you used to use on stressing over not feeling like you know everything, you can just use that energy on working and taking in so much knowledge that you possibly can as you go. Trade number 7, and I know you've been waiting for this one, is of course consistency. If you're inconsistent with what you do, nothing else will matter in your business and in your personal life and in your relationship, for that sake. Inconsistency kills everything in your life. Nothing great happens from being inconsistent. You can't create something great that you just show up for once a week, or whenever you feel like it, or whenever I just have the time to prioritize this. Being consistent is something you prioritize. Consistency is not something that you only just do for yourself. It's actually something that also shows immense authority for the people around you and the people that you work with. It doesn't matter if it's outreaches, posting content, showing up and getting your clients results, or just going to the gym every single morning, making your bed, drinking your water. Doesn't matter what it is, but it shows so much authority and so much self-respect when you're consistent. So don't try to start something new if you're not ready to be consistent, because it will not happen to you, I promise you. Trade number 8 is 100% responsibility. The moment that you stop blaming external factors for your own growth and your own results, your entire business and life will change. And for those of you who's watching this video, I want you to stop doing this, because it's very, very, very immature to blame every single external factor for your own growth, your own life, your own results, and where you are right now. Where you are right now is one person and one person's only fault and responsibility. And that's your own. So please start taking ownership over your own actions and your own life. It will create immense momentum. Trade number 9 is service quality. You can sign all the clients you want in the world, but if you don't deliver quality results for them, they won't stay. And you are guaranteed to burn out chasing new ones. If I can give you one advice from my own journey, is that you should stop focusing on only chasing new clients, but focus on serving the ones that you already have. They already paid you, they're already happy to work with you. So focus on delivering great quality and great results for them, because chances are that they will stay longer if you actually deliver something valuable that could change their business, which is the goal by working with clients. So what you should focus on is under-promising and over-delivering for your clients. That way they'll stay way longer. What the real flex here actually is not that you're able to close 5 new clients every single week. It's your client retention percentage. Trade number 10, and the last trade for this video, is long-term thinking. If you're only focusing on making decisions for this coming week, you will never be able to build something strong for the next year. You need to also be able to delay your own gratification. Because as I said earlier in this video, if you take emotional decisions, you will have an inconsistent progress. Because you know this yourself as well. Your mood probably changes 100 times a day, your emotion changes, and the state that you're in your own head also changes. And that also means that we can't have a consistent progress if we take decisions based off of something inconsistent. Long-term thinking will also change your behavior immediately. Knowing that you should delay your own gratification for the long run, and knowing that all of the hard work that you put in every single day is not to see results this week or next month for that instance, but it's for our own growth in our own business in 6 months or 12 months time. We can't measure progress short term. Progress is something that's long term, or at least you gotta be willing to have it long term. Because business is something you're in for the long run, not just to become a millionaire by next month. So if you're feeling stuck right now, it's not because you're not smart or not talented at what you do. It's because no one has taught you how to think, act, and operate as a real business owner. So if you want to know and learn how you can consistently scale your own business and become a better version of yourself, make sure to be subscribed on the channel, and I will see you in the next video. Bye.